What's up? It's Luke, and despite the bullish news this week, MicroStrategy is trading lower. It is actually trading under $300 for the first time in a while, but I hope this is not shaking anyone out. I have not uploaded in a little while. I've actually been working on my summer internship. I applied to the Summer of Bitcoin program and got accepted to complete their boot camp. So I've been finishing up the required coding challenges. They've been pretty difficult, so they took up a lot of my time this week. But I'm done now, so let's get back to strategy. They, this week, just offered their next $2 billion of convertible notes, and this is just eating into the $17 billion that they have for their fixed income products for the 21-21 plan. I think they're going to start offering a lot more of these notes, sell more of Strike, and then finish up the remaining $4 billion that they have for the ATM. Hopefully that will all be done before the end of Q1, and then they can announce a new plan. So this is big. As far as the price goes, Mason here saying that when they sell these convertible bonds, the arbitrageurs want to be delta neutral, so they actually open up a short on MicroStrategy, and this trade actually puts downward pressure on Strategy's price, but this is a short-term thing, and I think we have to look to the actual signal in times like this. The CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, is one of the biggest Bitcoin haters, has been very vocal about that for the past 15 years, but they just bought $100 million worth of Strategy, so that's an interesting play. I wonder what he's thinking about that. We have the Union Bank of Switzerland. They bought $1.2 billion worth of Strategy as well. They followed Norway. If you can remember, Norway's central bank, they revealed recently that they own $500 million of Strategy shares. So we have countries and we have banks buying already. Despite the price, this is the signal. And as far as the United States goes, Saylor was recently speaking at CPAC, and he said that there's only room for one nation state to buy 20% of the network, and he thinks it will be the United States. Take a look.
There's only room for one nation state to buy up 20% of the network. And obviously, I think it should be the United States. I think it will be the United States. It's a way for us to enrich ourselves and emerge as a creditor nation in a matter of a decade. It's also a way for us to ensure that we're the economic leaders in cyberspace and the digital economy for the next 100 years. And if we do that, every one of our allies will follow us, and then all of our enemies will end up having to buy into the network once it passes 10 or 20 million a coin, and they will enrich us.
I think we will be the ones to do this, and we have the right people in charge. If you can remember, a few weeks ago, Trump signed an executive order to create a sovereign wealth fund led by the Secretary of the Treasury and the Secretary of Commerce, Scott Bessent, and Howard Lutnick. And Howard Lutnick is the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald and is a huge Bitcoiner. Howard Lutnick himself owns hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin, and he said it would soon be billions. And Cantor Fitzgerald in Q4 just added $1 billion worth of Strategy shares. They also added 170,000 shares of Mara, the mining company. They added 1.1 million shares of IBIT, which is the BlackRock ETF. And then they also added more GPTC. They added the Fidelity Bitcoin Fund and the Bitwise ETF along with BlackRock's Ethereum ETF. So they are buying up as much as they possibly can, and now Strategy is actually Cantor Fitzgerald's largest position. So this is huge. We have the right guys running the sovereign wealth fund, and they will hopefully include Strategy and definitely Bitcoin in the fund. And don't forget that we are going to audit Fort Knox. This has never been done. This is unbelievable. The fact that Fort Knox has not been audited since 1974 is insane. Think of how much has changed since then. I wasn't even alive then. So this is crazy. Bitcoin gets audited every 10 minutes. Fort Knox gets audited when they feel like it. So hopefully the gold is still there when they open the doors, because this is actually part of Senator Lummis's plan to stack 1 million Bitcoin. They are going to sell the gold to buy Bitcoin, and this would seriously undermine the holdings of a lot of our enemies, and they would be forced to sell their gold as well to buy Bitcoin. The most advanced game of global chess is playing out in front of us right now. So if you want to stay up to date with news about strategy and Bitcoin, I just ask that you subscribe.